How technical does a PM need to be? What are some things a PM can do to pass the technical bar of their interviews? Welcome to Liftoff PM. I'm Kevin Wei, a senior product manager at Amazon, and I'm here to share my PM interviewing strategies with you on this YouTube channel. On this video, we're going to dive into what level of technical proficiency is expected of product managers in big tech. But first, I want to say that Liftoff PM is going to be your go-to resource for PM interview prep. I recently landed offers from FAANG and top startups, and I spent the last 3 years helping PMs land great offers as an interview coach. So hit the like button, subscribe, and click the link below to join our community to get access to exclusive lessons and content. As a PM, your ultimate responsibility is to deliver the vision of the product and make sure that customers love it. To make this happen, you must be involved in technical discussions. To start, you might need to pass a tech interview. Companies like Google have done away with a tech interview, but companies like Amazon still have it. Questions will focus less on code and more on how you work with engineering and sometimes even system design. If it does come down to system design, you should be familiar with the system design of your most recent project, including what services are used, how they interact with each other, and concepts like databases. There's also the chance that you could be asked to design a system from scratch. For example, how would you build the schedule send feature on Gmail? The important thing to highlight here is how you understand how data flows from end to end, what data might be important to store, and how you might optimize the solution. Now, let's talk about a few things that you as a product manager should be comfortable with in terms of tech proficiency. First is the Sniff test. A product manager should be able to tell if the status of a project is actually green and be able to call out what might go wrong during design, implementation, and testing. This way, you as the PM can probe if the engineering team has done enough to uncover and mitigate risks. Building intuition for what can go wrong is often just as important as thinking about what needs to happen for things to go right. Don't just be a coordinator. Coordinating tasks is the job of a project manager. As the product manager, not only do you bring engineers into a room to get things done, but you also actively participate in discussions. When relevant, provide product context that will help break ties and ask questions about the implication for big technical decisions. Speaking of decisions, know when something is easily reversible or if it's a one-way door decision. You ask questions like, is this major architecture decision one that will take a year or more to unwind? And if so, maybe we should break things down into smaller validations before committing to big changes. You should also know enough so that you can decide what shortcuts can be taken and what might put us into deeper tech debt. And when it comes to product launches, be opinionated on how to go to market. Think about what metrics are critical to have, how they might be measured, and how you plan to dial up the launch. For example, DAU as a success metric might not be specific enough. You should be able to show data fluency by being specific with your metrics and being able to provide a hypothesis for each. Pick a launch cohort based on your goals. Maybe it makes sense to limit to a certain country or to start with a closed beta first. Depending on your team, it might also be helpful for you to pull your own data. And even if you're not expected to pull data, being specific with what you need and what you will do with it goes a long way with cross-functional data partners. And finally, don't wait for the tech lead or engineering manager to get unblocked on technical things. For example, maybe you need to break ties on an architecture decision. Now, instead of waiting on the tech lead, can you unblock the decision by pulling data or quoting UX research? Sometimes you might be blocked more so on lack of product context than the actual technical decision. Now, with this overview of how technical a PM should be, let's dive into 3 actionable ways you can build your tech fluency. Tip 1. Read engineering blogs from big companies. I did this a lot while prepping for interviews. This is honestly a really easy way to get a sense of how real systems are built at scale. Many engineering systems must address the same challenges like latency, uptime, etc. So you can apply these concepts to many places. And as a PM, you aren't responsible for designing these systems from scratch, but this exposure does help you become more fluent in system design. Tip 2. Ask your engineering teammates for a deep dive. Ask them what challenges or constraints are top of mind. This will help you internalize the playground you have to work in. Embrace your beginner's perspective. Maybe you might even uncover an unmet need. And tip 3, learn to pull your own data. You can ask your engineering or data partners if they have any templates for popular queries. Tinker around with these templates to see if you can get the variations you want. You can start with small queries and use online resources to learn SQL. And there's also ChatGPT if your company lets you use it to help write and modify queries. And there you have it. I hope this video was helpful in helping you understand how technical a PM should be. And some parting thoughts. The tech bar is different from team to team and company to company, but within a team, I would argue that the tech bar in terms of skill is the same. What changes as you level up as a PM is the scope. So as you get more senior as a PM, you don't get more technical, but rather you get more comfortable dealing with ambiguity. And finally, you as the PM can build credibility with your engineering team by diving deep into every corner of the product and being able to clearly articulate why the P0s are critical on the roadmap. Communicate the impact so everyone knows the purpose. This has been a Liftoff PM lesson. Good luck with your upcoming interview, and click the link below to join our community for exclusive PM interview lessons to help you ace your upcoming interviews.